Scarman Trust manages small community-based projects, which is the one which I am currently project managing, which is the youth model. The main aim of the youth model is to support or help young people who are on the cusp of any antisocial behaviour, crime, socially excluded, by involving them in programmes that can offer choices and challenge their current lifestyle.
Diversity. It's not just BNP, everyone that was born here must stay here, or we're not looking to welcome, we are looking to welcome people, but they haven't dealt with us properly before they deal with us, or anyone else. That's how I would see it.
From what I've experienced, right, if I put down white, European on a form, I will get that interview. Whereas if I put Afro-Caribbean, I never hear nothing.
What we need to do is empower the community in terms of be that we know that so many different things are, you know, stopping us, are hindering us, or so forth. Is all these subgroups that are within the community, we need to like merge together. Because unity is power.
Even if it's just on TV, seeing a lot more ethnic minorities in prominent positions, that would help a lot, because at least you could identify and say, well, I can get there. You never see that over here. You never see that.
There was a little hope when Diana was alive.
Yeah, she was different. She was different.
She was willing to like push the line.
But she went from the establishment. She was, but she weren't. She was a regular girl, like but born into like a bloodline, innit? She just had a regular brain, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She was on a totally different level to them. She wasn't thinking, forget them. She was trying to help.
And that's why they had to get rid of her. That's why they got rid of her.
If this was more like a compulsory thing, everybody would have to take the opportunity to get something off their chest.
So as a black man, your culture, your ideals, the way that we are, etc., are appreciated. If you're Asian, the same thing. If you're white, the same thing. Chinese, whatever. Everyone's appreciated for who they are, but still given the same opportunities and the same experiences. Would that at least start the ball rolling?
Yeah, but that would be a stepping stone.
My name is Bakit Hussain. I'm basically the coordinator for Birmingham Community Venture. Just a brief sort of background. We started off just by a few parents who were concerned about exclusion and young people in general just hanging around not doing much. And so initially we set up a pilot scheme to work with young people excluded from school, and that was successful in the sense that we basically work with young people providing alternative activities in terms of education. What two words can you derive from the word community?
Common unity.
If you're walking around the shopping centre with a hoodie on, then automatically you're a thief, and like you're always getting like stereotyped.
I think they should put like football pitches so people could just go and play football
in the park.
In the park.
Are there no football pitches in your area?
No.
What area are you from?
Ladywood.
We need something that's just like a big island of grass there. Nothing on there at all. They could build a couple of community centres on there, a park, anything for like the young youths of Windsor Green.
But as a prime example, at the end, you know, the media showed how the communities got back together again. So again, the media does play a big part in it. They come together, the news rumours, so at the end they just come together, you know. They said, you know, we've been living here 30, 40 years. And there's no need for that really.
When you got kicked out of school, you ain't got no education. You can't get nowhere in life. But once you come here, you got OCNs, you could do like
activities such as like taking young people to residentials, taking them on outbound activities, getting them involved with other youth centres, and that it's very difficult to do due to the lack of funding. But hopefully with the work that goes on here, there's a lot of community cohesion that happens here. I myself, being a Bangladeshi worker, I work with a lot of Bangladeshi young men that turn up at the centre every week. I think the future is bright for Lazals, especially LRG, due to the fact that the way the workers work and the way they set out their remit. I mean, sometimes we do seem a bit unorthodox, the way we cope with young people, the way we do our outreach and detached work. But positively, we bring all the young people in here. And out of most of the centres in the Birmingham City Council, I think LRG is one of the standard bearers.
Because you see a lot of Asian people getting on with each other around here, and well, there's no racism around here, and that you see, and there's a lot of white people, black people, other kind of colour people are getting on with each other. So it's all right around here, you see.
So you see that, but what about the disturbances that happened in Lazals?
Well, that was because of an allegation that happened around Peribar, which they brought into Lazals, and that wasn't right. So that's all gone alright now. So he's calmed down as soon as something happened.
Like you get the Eid Millia and all that. You ain't just gonna be Asians. You're gonna get white people, and you're gonna get Chinese people and Vietnamese people there just for a day out. And vice versa, we could go to their Christmas festivals and the Chinese New Year's.
I think if you just get a group of people together and take them away from where they are, so that they don't feel that they're on anyone else's territory and they're on a neutral ground, then they could probably get along much better than each other, because they're going to have to work together to build up the relationship, and it's not like anyone's imposing on anyone else's area.
Community can be, like, I could have a neighbourhood community, people who live together. You could have communities as in the cultural, you know, the race and such, but just basically bring them together in trying to find a common ground amongst them to put them together.
When everyone's like in a group.
My understanding of communication is it's not just like people coming together, it's also the barriers and how to break them barriers down.
When all like neighbourhoods and everything work together, like it's not like, oh, you park your car in my spot. It's be like sharing and looking out for each other. It's like you're going out, like telling your neighbour, like, look after my house for a bit, and if they like bother, they help you out, and like come around like doing some community work and that, like cleaning up the streets and that, work together. It don't mean like one cleans the road and doesn't clean your next door's house, like next door's outside. Just work together, getting everyone together.
And then the cleaning, making the environment look good around here. And you know, when you play, you know, when you have respect for each other, like, you know, when the ladies are here, then let them do their own thing over there, and then you have your own time later on in the evening when they go away. It's like, you know, taking your part and, you know, having respect. And if you see someone dropping, they see kids messing around, and as an individual, take responsibility. Basically take responsibility in your own area as a person. Then if everyone does that and everyone's getting, then it should be fine.
As a community that we've grown up as kids, like people our age, we just like band together. We don't argue like he's black, he's white, he's this, he's that. We just all band together. So if people come like we're from Lowdowns now. If people come from Aston, Handred, Solihull, whatever, we try to bring them into the game with us.
It's just basically finding a common goal, and then doing it in different situations where you're breaking down different barriers, and then eventually you should be okay.
Because like sometimes when we have like little carnivals or parties, like different people from different areas come down. You don't like, oh, you're from this area, we don't like you. We like blend together. Like if it's like paintballing or something, we get to blend together and everything, play a good game. It's not like, oh, you're from our area, you're not allowed here to play. It's like a mixed variety. Like if you have like a carnival in George's Park, like there's a different races background. No one's like, oh, it's a Pakistani Mela, you're not allowed here, or it's a Bangladeshi Mela. We all mix together.
This community especially, people never chose sides, as in, you know what, forget it, you guys went against us. It was nothing to do with that, because we knew each other. Because straight away, one of the examples I saw, walking down Lazals Road, and when it happened, during the heat itself, it was all quiet. You can tell it was eerie feeling. All the cameramen were here, everyone's here, just trying to take, you know, basically probing and causing this division. That's what I always believe is external influence. But a week after it died down, I saw a few black lads, right, and a few Asian lads sitting together, smoking whatever, and corner shops on the walls, having a chat with each other. And these are the same guys who supposedly are at war with each other. It just died out straight away in the week. So I don't really think here the division never occurred. The only division was parents thinking of safety. Bang in the middle, we've got an organisation is with all different ethnic minorities, and they have to come to the same place.